The 31st.
All right, hold on. Ready?
Okay, ready?
All right.
Welcome to the first episode of the Hit or Misscast. And no, our title isn't in reference to the audience of this podcast. We're talking about the Bob Odenkirk film Nobody 2. Haylie, tell us what it's... I'm just kidding. We have to talk about the news first.
We have to
Ben,
introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Clay from Hit or Miss Productions.
I'm Haylie from Hit or Miss Productions.
Me? I'm nobody. And then we cut there so that...
That's when we put the title card up.
Yeah.
I'm editing this. We're not doing
It's
that.
not happening.
They're gonna see this conversation, and that's it. So, some news came out this week. Ben, tell us about the news that came out this week.
Some news. Fuck, we just talked about this. I've already forgotten.
We're censored. No swearing in the first 8 minutes of the podcast, or we get demonetized. So that will get cut out. Did y'all see the Marty Supreme trailer?
The Marty Supreme trailer came out.
It's a new pizza that has anchovies and... I'm cutting that one too.
And some guy named Marty.
It's from Marco's Pizza, which Ben used to work at a Marco's Pizza.
For one day.
For one day.
Yeah.
And then he got fired.
It's not true. I quit.
And then he quit.
I still haven't picked up my check.
Anyways, the Marty Supreme trailer. I know you know. Do you know who's in the Marty Supreme trailer?
I don't even know what that is.
So Marty Supreme, the Safdie brothers, they did Uncut Gems. They split up. They're both
much like the Coens.
Much like the
Coens.
Coens.
Like they split up, like they're not buddies anymore?
No, they're apparently they're like amicable and fine, but they're directing movies separately.
Okay.
So they're both doing movies this like winter. Benny Safdie, who is the one that acted in Good Time. Benny Safdie is doing The Smashing Machine.
He was also in
yes.
Happy Gilmore too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was in Happy Gilmore too. But The Smashing Machine is about Ben's mom.
The Dwayne Johnson.
But it's also this is the third time I made it.
Benny Safdie.
Benny Safdie.
Not my mom.
That's the Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, wrestling,
UFC,
boxing, UFC.
yeah.
And then the other sports movie is Josh Safdie, and it stars Timothée Chalamet as a ping pong player.
I did. That's the movie that you're talking about right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see something about that on Twitter, but I did not.
So you don't know the
much
big
into it.
star who's in it?
No.
That would be Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary. You ever watch Shark Tank?
Yeah.
He's the like bald one that's mean.
Oh wait, are you?
He's like the antagonist. In Marty
he's
Supreme.
like actually acting.
Yes, this is like his first time. So the Safdies are like famous for like using I feel like you looked at them because you don't believe me. But the Safdies, they're famous.
I never watched the trailer.
They're famous for using That's the audio going bad because you moved the mic. They're famous for using non-actors.
Yeah.
Because like that guy was in Uncut Gems, that like basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
What's his name?
That guy.
What do you know his name? You don't know his name.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, yeah. I don't remember. There are so many basketball players.
Wow, Clay, that's a little racist.
No, whoa! That has nothing to do with it. Like,
Check out
unless
Black
it's like
People Apart.
Space Jam or Space Jam 2, I'm not gonna know who it is.
Who's the basketball players in Space Jam?
The first one is Michael Jordan, and there's like the four other ones. One of them's short. Bugs Bunny. And then in 2 is LeBron James, and Michael B. Jordan is in the second one.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan's in the second
I
one.
haven't seen the second one.
It's
Is he
really good. Yeah, because Sylvester Daffy or someone's like, guys, we got Michael Jordan. Then Michael B. Jordan shows up, and he's like,
okay.
what am I doing here?
As we're about to find out, sequels are famously always really good.
Always really good.
Always
Like the
really
White
good.
Men Can't Jump too, but Jack Harlow.
I didn't see
You
that.
didn't see
Is that a
that?
movie?
No. White Men Can't
Yes.
Jump has Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson in it. I know that basketball movie.
That's the first one.
Woody
The
Harrelson
second
doesn't
one
play basketball.
has
He does
Jack
that one.
Harlow.
He's the titular white man.
I don't know who the other guy is, I'll be honest.
So, I mean, I'm the real basketball fan here, it
Okay.
seems. Anyways, what was I talking about?
You're talking about Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful is the villain in that. I don't remember how we even got close to the basketball conversation. But yeah, so that's interesting because he's kind of a not good person because he like thinks that like workers should get less overtime or something.
Yeah.
I'll check that before I put that out into the world. That's allegedly.
We'll put like a news article on.
He's
top of
allegedly evil.
No, he's allegedly wonderful.
Allegedly wonderful. But yeah, so he's in that. The movie looks good. We're gonna see which Safdie is the good one. It's gonna be like the Coens. How when the Coen brothers split up and one of them is really good and did the tragedy of Macbeth, and one of them's not good and did Drive Away Dolls. So
I never saw Drive Away Dolls.
It's not
but
It was
good.
The
not
Tragedy
good,
of Macbeth
yeah.
is in my Letterboxd top 4.
it's awesome. But yeah, so Marty Supreme, it comes out on Christmas. It's also
On Christmas.
A24's second most, or tied for the most expensive movie ever. So Civil War was previously the most expensive A24 movie. And so you say I don't have news. Look at how long I'm talking about this one bit of news.
Yeah, you got a lot of.
So Marty Supreme has a estimated budget of $70 to $90 million.
Yeah.
And The Smashing Machine has an estimated budget of $70 million. And Deadline is reporting Marty Supreme as 70, which is like giving us both of these numbers. So those two Safdie brothers movies are tied as the most expensive A24 movie.
Oh,
So we're gonna see. It's a pure competition of which Safdie's best.
I love Christmas releases. I'll
Yeah.
say that much. I love ditching my family at about 10 o'clock on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for Nosferatu.
Do y'all have any famous favorite Christmas releases?
My favorite Christmas Day release.
Yeah.
Holmes and Watson with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Haylie, do you have one?
I'll be honest, like, I didn't grow up in, like, a very, like, we didn't really go see movies.
Oh,
like,
yeah, they didn't celebrate Christmas.
No. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Celebrate
She never
Christmas.
let us put a Christmas tree up in our old house.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It is true.
That's not
Anyway.
true. I just didn't want to clean it up.
My favorite Christmas release is Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black.
Wow.
That was a Christmas release.
Was it?
I'm
Yeah.
glad we both named really bad movies.
Really bad movies. But yeah, so there's that. That's the news I have.
What other-
Alright.
Haley, do you have any news?
No.
I'm about to sneeze. Hold on.
Zach Kreger announced that, building off of our last episode that didn't get released,
That no one's going to see.
that no one's going to see, Zach Kreger's Resident Evil movie. So we had a very long conversation in our last episode.
Maybe we'll release it one day as like a.
It's a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah. Like
Clay had a
it's-
conversation with himself.
I had a
last
very
week.
long talking at them about which Resident Evil movie or game Zach Kreger was going to be adapting, and it came out
The
that
answer is
none
of
is
them.
none of them.
Oh,
he's,
he's not doing it
he's
anymore?
doing an original movie with original characters.
Oh wow! But it's based on the game.
It's
still?
set in the universe of the games. He says it is faithful to the spirit of the
Wow.
games, but it's an original story.
Interesting.
And there have been 7 Resident Evil movies. All of them tell original stories, and all of them are really bad.
Okay.
So let's see if
I'm-
8 times the charm.
I'm more faithful to the spirit of Christmas past.
So we saw nobody.
Got that. Is there any other
No.
movie news we should get into? Dev Patel's gonna star in a new horror movie.
Yeah.
Didn't watch the trailer. That's all I know.
It's Monkey Man
I
too.
know it came out.
I mean, that first one was not very good.
No.
Boring.
Never watched it.
It's really boring.
It was Monkey Man. It was okay in the beginning, and then it got like an hour and a half too long.
There were no monkeys in it.
Well, that's disappointing because the monkey that came out earlier this year had at least one monkey in
And
it.
I heard that Better Man that also had monkeys.
That had a lot of
Yeah,
monkeys.
it had a lot.
It had a monkey cut itself with a razor blade. It's awesome.
And I was
I
really
love-
disappointed to find out that Robbie Williams is not actually like man-sized chimpanzee who
I
can
know.
sing.
Every time they show, like, I see pictures of Robbie Williams' album covers, I'm like, that doesn't look right. There's
No.
not a monkey there.
There should be a monkey.
Oh,
I
Better
see,
Man
like-
was so good.
I see the take that
I still haven't
pictures.
seen
I'm
it.
like, which one's Robbie? I can't tell because he's not a chimpanzee.
We should start a second podcast called Monkey Monday, where every Monday we release like this, but we're talking about a different movie about a monkey. So like, there's like
Dude, you
the
know
Planet
I
of the
know,
Apes
'cause
movies.
I've seen every Planet of the Apes.
Yes, there's Harry and the Hendersons.
Would we
There's,
have to like go through all the Planet of the Apes?
of
movies?
course, they each get their own
Yeah,
episode.
individually.
There's that Ronald Reagan movie where he has like a monkey with him.
When we
You're
make
gonna
it
wanna
big
kill
and we
yourself by
can
the
do
fourth.
when we make it
Yeah.
big and we're like Rhett and Link, we could like just film an episode every day. We'll do
Monkey
that.
Monday,
Monkey Monday.
yeah.
Monkey Monday.
Yes.
That's crazy because I just made a like Rhett and Link reference before you came down and sat on the couch.
Right?
Yeah. Anyways, any other news?
Red Lake sponsor us.
Yeah.
I don't think they sponsor people.
They could sponsor us.
We can react to their YouTube Red original series, whatever that one was called.
They
No
could be
clue.
on our podcast.
They can be on our pod. Put me on Ear Biscuits, I'll put you on the Hit or Misscast.
We have a deal. We're shaking hands.
Yeah.
With Rhett
Yeah.
and
Shaking hands. I'm going to Photoshop Rhett and Lincoln shaking all of our
Link.
hands.
Beautiful.
I'm going to AI it.
So no.
No. Okay, should we get into the Nobody.
Oh, I want to talk about some trailers from before
trailers.
Nobody
Some
2.
pre-Nobody 2
Okay.
trailers.
So I
Yeah.
saw a different screening than they did.
Right,
because-
talk about your theory. I actually want to say something about our theory experience.
Okay, so I had to go at a different time for like a scheduling conflict, and there were 2 other people in there besides me.
Really?
Yes, it was me, one guy down at the front, and one guy in the very back. So it was just like a normal theater experience. I saw an
Was it
AMC Laser.
Oh, you saw Laser.
I saw Laser.
Okay, we saw Dolby.
Yeah, we were in Dolby.
Yeah, so I guess go ahead and describe your theater
Can I
experience.
be honest? Dolby, is it like IMAX? Like, the sound was great. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. The
And-
sound was
no,
crazy.
It's like being inside of an amplifier.
Like, the sound was
It was-
crazy.
I love
don't-
Dolby.
I've
I
never
don't
been
think
in a Dolby
I don't
before.
think I have been in a Dolby either. I've only really done Laser.
We were also like way in the back, so like there's
Yeah.
big speakers
Yes,
in the back.
I prefer it to IMAX.
We were
It was
the
like we
top
were in
row.
D-box. We were like,
Yeah.
but yeah, we were in the top row. We had to hike.
Big
all the
theater,
way up.
M. We were row M. It was
Yeah.
like we were up
That's
there.
a lot of letters.
I had
know.
to pee like 40 minutes in, and I was like, oh god, how do I get out of here?
But the guy, so you know what I'm about to
Yeah,
say.
the guy that was sitting
Okay,
next
yeah.
to you.
So there was a guy. So our theater was fairly.
It was like for the size of the theater,
Like, it was a really,
It
really
didn't seem
big
like a lot.
theater.
but there was a good amount of people in there.
I'd say there was a solid like five to 8 people per row, and so there was a guy that was sitting like not directly next to me, but like one seat next to me. He was like a young guy, but he was by himself, and I thought that he was with someone at the beginning because he was talking, like he was like just talking to himself, and so first. He was pretty regular. He got up in the middle of the trailers and kind of like made like a weird huffing noise as he walked by us. I don't know if you caught that, but I did. And he walked by us, and then he came back. And then right before the last trailer played, he like loudly exclaimed like to the theater and was like, "Oh, surely this is the last trailer," or something like that.
Or it was like right at the end of
Yeah.
the trailer before the last. He's like, "Please be the last one." Oh, come on! This has to be the last trailer.
And then like the trailer
he was
happened or
very
whatever.
mad about the trailer.
And then and then during the entire like beginning of the AMC thing,
I have seen this same guy.
you have
I have seen
He
the same
said
guy.
the
He
exact
said
same
he
thing.
said word for word,
Yeah,
right?
what the
Okay,
hell?
so when I went and saw Together, because they did that like early screening. I'm so dead serious. This guy came in and sat next to me.
to pull this away
from
you. You're
shouting.
that guy looking like
He
dude,
he
right?
ca-
Like
he came in. He like smelled kind of like cigarettes,
okay.
and he sat
Yeah,
next.
this
He
is-
sat next to me, and
This is
tried.
weird.
He tried talking to me, and I kept being like brushing
Oh,
him
he
off,
didn't try and talk
basically.
to me.
Well, I was sitting directly next to him.
Oh.
And because he like asked me if I had seen like the AMC Screen Unseen thing, and then there was a trailer for this Bambi horror movie, and he out loud exclaimed to the whole theater like, "The CGI on that deer is really bad," and nobody laughed. And then he like said to me, "It's actually not that bad." And then we get to the AMC preamble where they're like, "Thank you for da 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 da," and he like word for word says it along with them all the way through the
Yes,
Nicole Kidman ad.
He said the entire Nicole Kidman ad
I
word
heard him
for
reciting
word.
the Nicole Kidman ad.
And he
which
said it loud at the end. Like
I have
Yeah.
to respect because I love Nicole Kidman and I love that trailer. It's so funny when it's like heartbreak feels good in a place like this and it's Joker 2 on the screen.
Yeah.
But I think that this is the same guy because it's the same like behavior in
That's
the same
so
theater. That's
weird.
crazy. Like when y'all said when y'all mentioned a guy coming in,
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if this is about to be that same guy.
Yeah, I mean,
And as soon as you said the AMC
word
preamble thing, I was
for
like, that's
word,
him.
That's weird.
But yeah,
That's kind of beautiful. If this guy's watching, come on the podcast.
come on the podcast.
We'd love
You
to
can
have
come
you
on.
recite the Nicole Kidman
Yeah.
ad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll cut out anything negative we said and this so that he doesn't have to cut anything negative out. Anyways, trailers. Did y'all have the trailer for Black Phone 2?
We have
Yes,
the
we
Black Phone
did.
2
What are
trailer.
y'all's thoughts on that?
So-
Y'all seen the first one, right?
No.
I haven't seen the first one, but the second one looked really good. It made me want to watch the first one.
Oh, we did it at a movie
It was-
night. I guess y'all weren't there that
I
one.
know.
It was visually interesting, but knowing what I do know about the Black Phone, I was kind of like, can we get on with
Yeah.
it, you know?
So, I'm not...
Ethan Hawke's a strange guy.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the first one. It's fine. This is a really weird sequel based on what happens in the first one. So I'm interested to see, like, what it is.
Who knows? Maybe we'll talk about it.
Maybe we'll talk about it. Watch Black Phone 1. But see, the problem is if we talk about it, I have to watch Black Phone 1 for a third time, and I really don't want to do that.
My phone's green.
Okay. Did y'all see the trailer for Good Fortune? The Keanu Reeves Angel movie?
No, I did not see that.
Okay, so there's a movie coming out with Keanu. Have y'all heard of this?
No.
It's Keanu Reeves, Aziz Ansari, and from Parks and Rec, and Seth Rogen from Donkey Kong. And
From Mario.
basically the movie is Aziz Ansari is this poor employee assistant of Seth Rogen, who's this rich tech bro, and Keanu Reeves is an awful guardian angel who kind of is about to lose his job. So Keanu Reeves gets sent to help Aziz Ansari, and so he's I'm gonna do an It's a Wonderful Life thing and show you that your life won't be solved if you're rich. So he swaps Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen's lives, and then everything is so much better for him, and he's having a great time. And Keanu Reeves is what have I done? This is so bad. And so him and Seth Rogen have to figure out how to convince Aziz Ansari to switch lives back.
I did not see that.
Yeah, so the first trailer for it was not good, but this new trailer that they showed, I was like, this is interesting now.
We had a strange trailer at the start. I don't quite remember what it was for.
At the
very
start,
first
I don't
trailer.
know, but we did see this movie.
It made me giggle.
It's a movie that's coming out next week. I thought I wrote down the name of it.
Honey Don't?
Yes.
Honey, don't.
And that was, I was actually going to bring up, we can cut this out. We can cut this out, but are we
I
not?
think we're going to talk about it.
Are we going to see it next week?
Yeah.
Because we were going to see, we said it was an open week, but...
yeah, but
it
I didn't know.
It was an open week, but we didn't know that.
So,
that was
okay,
coming
yeah.
out.
That is by the bad Coen brother who
Don't
did
worry,
Driveway
I'm
Dolls.
still going to make y'all watch two
That's
movies.
his next movie.
Yeah, so could we...
Him and his lesbian wife make movies together, and they're all about lesbians.
Oh.
I mean, it's got Aubrey Plaza.
We can talk more about that because their situation's very interesting.
I'll have to look into it.
Oh, I have.
We'll talk about that next week.
Talk about that next week. But yeah, Honey Don't. I mean, it looks better than Driveway Dolls. I'm interested.
That first trailer? Oh, it was
Riff Tracks?
It was Jewish guys doing crime, and it was.
Are you talking about stealing?
No, it was
I thought it was that too.
So the tagline was "May God and your Glock protect you."
I don't know.
You don't remember that?
I'm looking this up now.
I promise you that was a thing.
May
It was called something.
Producer Jordan, look that up.
It was something Moses.
Guns and Moses.
Guns and Moses.
I do remember that.
Is it like a Guns N' Roses pun?
I
think
don't
so.
know.
But it said "May God," and I was okay. And then it said "and your Glock." I said, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that did come up.
I'm trying to think of very funny Jewish Guns N' Roses parodies. Haylie, give us one.
Give us one.
Why me?
Okay, I don't know. Guns and Moses. Okay, are we gonna talk about that on the podcast? It's got Christopher Lloyd in it. Speaking of Christopher Lloyd, we saw Nobody 2.
We saw Nobody 2. Let's just
Ben,
get right into it.
Tell us what the Nobody franchise is about.
The Nobody franchise is about Bob Odenkirk playing a guy named Hutch Mansell, who is a former secret agent for whatever U.S. organization. They don't specify. He's what they call an auditor, and he goes in and he cleans things up, mostly with guns and fire. And both of these movies are about him trying to not do his work, but then doing his work after someone slights his family in some way.
Yeah. So before we get into Nobody 2, I saw the first Nobody back when it came out, and then all three of us watched it last night.
Yeah,
y'all two for the first time. Do y'all just want to briefly give y'all's thoughts and we can go ahead and get into spoilers for the first movie?
Yeah, spoilers.
So just brief thoughts before we get into Nobody 2. What did y'all think?
I liked the first one way better than I liked the second one. I'll say that right off the bat. I think Ben agrees with that. Yes. We had talked about that in the car a little bit on the way back. I mean, I thought that the first one was really fun. I thought it was a really fun action movie. I think that Bob Odenkirk is great. I think that it is cheesy in all the ways that make it kind of charming almost. Yeah. I guess that would be my thoughts on the first one.
I really liked the first Nobody. I thought it was a lot of fun. I there's fun little bits of Bob Odenkirk misremembering what weapons the guys were using, and they're we'll pan back to the weapon and it's something different. And I thought that was a fun little bit that they did consistently throughout the first one, which they kind of did once in the second, I think. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very creative action, which I enjoyed. There's just this air about the whole movie. Is like as soon as everyone figures out who Bob Odenkirk is, they're like terrified, and I think that's really funny. He's doing some like batshit insane like murder shit, and like he's just smiling. He's like so happy to be doing it, and I think that's kind of scary and fun at the same time. He's a really interesting character, and I think like you said, it's like, was it made by the same guy that did John Wick?
It is produced by David Leitch, I think, who's one of the co-creators of John Wick. And he went on to like work on like Deadpool 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine and Bullet Train and like a couple of those other types of action movies. Nobody is like my favorite movie that has come from him. He didn't direct it. I've always thought that the first Nobody is like a hidden gem. I like it a lot more than the first John Wick, which
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Nice Guys, where it's like people are like, you gotta watch this movie, and like it's not the best thing in the world, but it's still like, yeah, it's a good movie. I can't believe I hadn't like heard of this before, and that's how I definitely felt watching the first Nobody.
Yeah, I really like. It feels almost like a movie that was like pulled out of the 70s. Like it's very like grounded. It has like very 70s cinematography.
I was gonna comment on the cinematography.
It has a lot of random like racial humor of like this black guy. Oh, I just saved your white ass.
I've
like,
never
that kind
met
of
a black Russian.
Yeah,
before.
like that. That is like you just like don't see in movies anymore. It's like pretty gritty, but like still funny. It reminds me a lot of like a Dirty Harry or like a Joe or like something like that. So I really liked it, the first one a lot, and so I was pretty excited for a sequel. Before we talk about that, do y'all just want to give your ratings for the first Nobody?
I gave the first Nobody an 8 out of 10. I liked it a lot. It was fun. It was solid.
The first one, I gave it a 7 out of 10, I believe.
And I also gave it an 8. So
negative Nancy over here.
Yeah.
I guess so.
See, y'all always say that I'm the negative one.
Haylie doesn't like blood. I think that's where
I feel like
a point for her.
I feel like I don't know y'all's ratings or whatever for Nobody 2, but I feel like I might be back in my negative Nancy seat for the second one because
I don't know.
really
we were pretty negative.
You're about
Nancy.
to be surprised. I'm normally like positive Polly over here, and
Okay, Ben, tell us what Nobody 2 was about.
Nobody 2 is the exact same fucking movie.
Except they're at the water park.
They're at a water park.
That's not really a water park. It's more like a carnival than a water park.
They say there's a water park. They never use the water park.
Well, there's a water slide in one of the action sequences.
Yeah.
So I'll start. I think Nobody 2 was a major downgrade in almost every way. But
Absolutely.
The three big ways that I thought it was a downgrade. One, the cinematography is so much worse in the second one.
It's bad. It felt like Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it wasn't horrible.
It's flat.
Well, the opening scene was just kind of a recreation of like the first movie's opening scene.
It was.
But after that, it's almost all wide shots. It's all like really bright. All the windows are like really overblown. They look like a Steven Spielberg movie, but like bad.
There's a moment, and it's the end of the movie, but I don't think talking about the lighting is a spoiler, where they're outside and you can just see the big spotlight they did for like the outside. And I'm like, what are we doing?
It just like does not look good at
look
all. And the first one looks like really good. Like it looks like a real movie. Like for like a fairly large movie come out in 2021, I was like, this is like really well lit.
It should have been a direct-to-video sequel.
Yes.
In terms of how it was made.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I thought was so much less interesting was like the character of Hutch. Like I love him in the first movie as like the main plot of the first movie is not really related to his like initial inciting incident. He just becomes this guy that's like, I really miss like hurting people, and everything in it is his just like addiction to hurting people. In this one, he doesn't have like a really compelling story. It's
He's just like
kind
thrown into it.
I want to be with my family, and things keep happening to me instead of me doing things in the plot.
Yeah,
except for one moment, which was just again the exact same thing that happens in the first movie.
Yeah,
When his son.
No, it's the money.
Oh yeah, his whole deal in this one is that like he just wants peace and quiet, which is boring and not nearly as like deep as the first movie's like I'm trying to like reclaim my masculinity by being incredibly violent and like not just be like a schlubby husband or something, which I think is a much more compelling plot.
Dad movie of the year, 2020.
Yeah, dad movie of the year.
What was with him stealing that guy's kid too?
Yeah, so
We'll get into that.
So
sorry.
the third thing,
not to just like
getting into that, the third thing that I think was so much worse here were all of the villain characters. I thought they were just terrible.
They had zero motivation.
Yeah.
I think the sheriff was, like, from the start, he was just an asshole to be an asshole, and that was his whole character.
Mm-hmm.
That was all the cops' characters.
Haylie, do you know who that, like, is the sheriff the
sheriff?
Is the sheriff the one that, like, he becomes friends with at the end, or was that the guy he's like, why are you staring at me at the restaurant?
The guy who's like, why are you staring at me?
Okay, do you know who that is?
With bad
Haylie?
haircut.
No.
That is Tom Hanks' son.
Is
Colin
it?
Hanks.
It's Colin Hanks.
Interesting.
He famously played a police officer in season 1 of Fargo. The Fargo TV show I love, and I'm probably going to reference it in every single episode of this podcast. Go watch the Fargo TV show.
For clarification, he's not the cool Tom Hanks' son.
No.
He was all about White Boy Summer, my boy Chet Hanks.
Chet Hanks should be called Chad Hanks.
So
and
true.
Colin Hanks should be called Virgin Hanks. But so yeah, he is in it. The Russian mob leader, what's her name?
Well,
like,
she's not Russian, is she?
or no, she is the Russian mob leader from the first movie.
Yeah.
But done again.
Yeah.
What's her name's like Lagunga or something? Like
Legumes.
Labubu. What's her name?
I think I cannot tell you.
I wrote it down in my notebook because I had to take notes for this one, but I can't remember what it is.
I just watched the movie and I don't remember, but it was Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct and many other films.
Many
I'm
other
sure
films.
that I have not seen.
But she is almost a carbon copy of that villain from the first one, down to the I do random violence on people and I like to dance and sing. But
Yeah.
it's so much less interesting, and I'm not really sure why. I guess is it just because they did the same thing?
I
again?
think it's because they just did
They
the
literally
same thing.
just did the same thing.
like
But
that,
not as good.
That scene in the first movie where you see this like Russian mob boss like walk in intimidatingly and then start singing karaoke. That's like one of my favorite scenes
Yeah,
in the
and
movie.
then like
I
3
think
minutes
that's so
later,
fun.
he goes and like kills that random bodyguard.
Yeah. But just in this one, it's because I guess her motivation isn't as like tied to everything. Because in the first movie, the mob boss is like, "Oh, Hutch hurt my little brother," but in this one, it's just like he's just messing with my operation, which is like kind of boring. I just thought Sharon Stone's performance was really bad. There were a lot of line deliveries where I was like, "Oof."
That was something I was
Want
gonna
to do that
say,
again,
like,
bub?
One of my like biggest negatives of this film was just like I don't know if it was the deliveries themselves so much as it was the dialogue. It did not feel natural or good. It felt like first draft dialogue, and oof.
I think that everyone except for Bob Odenkirk was not very good, and even Bob Odenkirk was kind of toeing the line here.
I think he was phoning it in quite a bit.
But for real, I think that he clearly was steps above everyone else, and I even think that this was a not so good performance for him, and everyone else was just like, woof. I can't tell if it was just. I mean, it was the same actors from the first. I mean, for the most, so I guess it might have just been maybe different writers or bad writing.
I think it was probably a combination of that and directing, since it was
yeah,
pretty much
completely different
yeah.
team.
They switched the directors for the second
Yeah.
one, and pretty much across the board, most aspects are slightly worse or very worse, and that usually comes down to a directing thing. Another returning character that I thought was particularly bad was RZA's character. What is that character's name?
Harry Mansell.
Harry, yeah. Were they
Hutch's
brothers in
they're
the first
brothers.
one?
Yeah, they were.
I don't even remember that reveal, and I watched
I don't remember
that last
that
night.
either.
When he mentioned
it's
them
true.
being brothers, I was like, "Oh, is that a new thing?"
No, that was the thing in the first one.
Oh,
it's like
okay. I
a
must have
blink
missed
and
that.
you miss it line.
But they hit it home here because he loves talking about them being brothers and their dad taking them on vacation to this water park and see back when we were kids. Da, 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 da. But he's really here for no reason. He just kind of shows up because he was in the first one. In 2, he's a ninja.
He is a ninja now.
So are we getting into spoilers?
Oh yeah, we're into Nobody 2 spoilers.
Well, before we talk about spoilers,
sorry.
What does the surfer guy say when you accidentally bump into them?
What?
It's all good, man.
What?
It's all good, man.
Okay.
Anyways, so he's a ninja for some reason.
He is in the final fight. like the big final action set piece randomly cuts away any momentum they have to turn into a poorly shot and poorly choreographed samurai movie with RZA as the samurai.
Rule number 1, never bring a machete to a katana fight,
I think
was an awful line.
maybe the worst line.
That was really bad. That one I was like, I cannot believe they just did like a Steven Seagal stare into camera, say the like cool quip line. It was rough.
That was like the chicken jockey of the Nobody franchise.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
rough.
I'm trying to think of like other like if there were any other big weird changes. The only bit in the movie that I really liked was the fight on the boat. I think the fight on the boat was like the best scene by far, and him
That
losing
whole fight's
his
in the trailer.
yeah, that whole fight's in the trailer. But him losing his pinky was like an actually shocking moment.
That was yeah.
I was like,
whoa.
You see it in the beginning, you're like, oh, I wonder how that happens. It's probably gonna be at the end, and then
I didn't even notice
I
it.
didn't catch it.
I noticed that. It's like the first shot.
Okay, so this movie
And
was
he just,
really
like, burned that thing, the injury on his arm. Like he's got the bandage over his pinky.
yeah. That was one of those things where this movie is really trying to continue those connections to John Wick, because in the John Wick sequels, he gets a dog, loses a pinky, and that happens here.
Wow.
Gets a dog, loses a pinky, or maybe it's just a finger of John Wick. I can't remember, but like they're just continuing that John Wick
It
train.
really just is John Wick, but with a less cool white guy.
Yeah, well, John Wick does it too, because in John Wick 4, which came out after Nobody, there's a new assassin named Mr. Nobody, who's like one of the protagonists. So it's like they love like referencing each other,
That is very.
but they
strange.
won't just do like a crossover.
They should do a crossover.
Have Saul Goodman show up and
Yeah, not.
Did you know you have guns?
Just Saul Goodman.
I know, Clay, that you did, not to pivot, but I know, Clay, that you did do like research on this, but I did actually really like the soundtrack.
Oh
of
yeah.
this movie.
There was a rock cover of Ring of Fire that I thought was pretty
I
fun.
liked it. I mean, I thought it was fun.
I really liked the first soundtrack because it was all like 50s music and like older music. This one just kind of seemed more like just like throw whatever in there. There was less of like a consistent style to it, and there were several songs in the first movie that it was like Hutch is listening to these songs. Like there was the song that he played in the car in the first movie when he was like waiting for the Russians to come out. There was a song he played on like a record before he burned the house down. I don't think they did that here at all. But
I don't think any of the music was diegetic except for when they were singing in the car on the way to the water park.
But when they did Ring of Fire, what really tripped me up was in the moment where they go into the Hall of Mirrors.
Suddenly it's like
it sounds
muffled.
like it's coming from outside, but it's like this is not diegetic music.
What's
like
the point of that?
I was really confused by that. It stuck out to me.
Also, the Funhouse bit. It's the oldest trick in the book. And they keep doing it, and I don't know why it's in every horror movie. It's in Zombieland. I do want to say the final set piece, like at the carnival, was just like a less good Zombieland finale.
Yeah. There were some fun moments in there. Like the one that I really liked was the water slide, where like they're both going down the water slide and he's shooting at him and he like jumps over. That was
silly and fun.
That was the first one that felt like it fit in the like location, but like also made sense. A lot of them were like, okay, they're effectively using elements of this location, but not in a way that any human would really use.
I did like the landmine in the ball pit. I think
that one was fun too. But like it really stuck out for me. Like the first trap they use is like he attaches a grenade to like one of those like test your strength things. So when the bell goes up, it pulls the pin of a grenade. Nobody would ever think to set that up. But in the first movie,
also, what happens if you don't hit the bell?
Yeah, like, but in the first movie, most everything actually made sense. Like him putting grenades in the like compressor or whatever, like that made sense. And like basically all the stuff they did in that final fight in the first movie was like, okay, this is like a realistic thing I could see someone coming up with. But all the stuff in the water park carnival scene, I was just like, I mean, like, I guess
more clever in the first one.
Yeah,
and I feel like they didn't let Christopher Lloyd have as much fun.
Yeah, he was
in
just
the
there.
first movie. He had his shotguns. He's going crazy. He's like, like good old days, and his Doc Brown voice. And
he didn't have as much of a big.
And this
role.
one at the end, he was really just standing in like the like bird's nest.
He was
like,
like, "Hey, look
shooting
at
the
me,
machine
I'm a
gun.
cameo."
Yeah, like he would. Christopher Lloyd would be like rolling in his grave if he was around to see this movie. Anyways,
And now we're gonna talk about 8 Mile.
but yeah, he was another one that it just felt like he was just there because he was in the first one. Because in the first one, it was part of like his daily routine, like to go see his dad in the retirement home.
But
so,
now
like,
that
it made
his
sense.
dad killed a bunch of Russians, he's like perfectly healthy and doesn't need to be in a retirement.
Yeah, so it was just well.
There was a funny gag at the start of the movie where he walks out of the place with like the knee-high socks and sandals.
Yeah.
And like one of the old ladies looks at him and turns on her oxygen higher. I thought that was really silly.
And they kept teasing that like, oh, our dad took us here and he was secretly on a mission the whole time. But they don't really do anything with that. I expected there to be like some sort of reveal of like, this is what I was doing this whole time and this is how it ties into the story. And like he mentions that it's been used as like a bootlegging route, but like it doesn't really pay off to anything.
And they said like, oh, this lady's been in charge of this area for 2 generations. So like, what they could have done a lot more with that. I feel like, and they just like, forget about it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a fun vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the ball pit, just because I didn't get a chance to say this. Instead of a big fiery explosion, I think it would have been a lot more fun if a bunch of the ball pit balls just like volcanoed out.
Speaking of the explosions, in the first movie, most of the fire and explosions, either it looked a lot better or it was practical.
Mm-hmm.
All of the fiery explosions in here were like CGI and looked bad. Especially the like them diving into the pool of the water park. That all looked really bad. I was like, oh, I'm watching like a Deadpool right now.
And there's the funhouse moment where like the 3 guys catch on fire and they're like very obviously wearing fire suits.
Yeah.
It's like you could at least try to obscure it a little bit more, but the fact that they're doing like a head-on wide shot like they've done for every single shot in the movie.
Yeah. See, I like doubt that this movie was cheaper, but it felt a lot cheaper. And it just
Did
felt...
anyone do any research on that? I was going to bring that up.
I will do it right now.
We'll do it right now.
Producer Jordan looked that up.
Producer Jordan, get on it.
Nobody 2. But yeah, it just, it's pretty disappointing.
We were saying Sharon Stone, it seemed like her character was supposed to just be like Carrie Fisher. Like it felt like the character was written for Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. So
Carrie Fisher's been dead long before even Nobody came out. So.
The first movie cost $16 million and made $57 million. The second movie cost $25 million. So
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah. It's not as big of a budget increase as I expected because it's only $9 million.
Yeah.
But it felt bigger.
And
just but worse.
2021?
Yeah, the first one was 2021.
So it's like a similar,
What did they spend that extra money on though? That made
some
it
music
not
licenses because it's a newer music.
CGI
fire, music licenses, and Sharon Stone, I guess.
I guess so.
Because I feel like those 3 things would make up $9 million. But yeah, so
the fish that eats Bob Odenkirk's
that
pinky.
was funny.
Yeah, that was cool. I expected him when he was like pulling himself up to have his pinky in his mouth.
Or like the fish.
Yeah.
No, his pinky. And also like Sharon Stone never like mentions anything about his pinky being missing. Yeah. Like I feel like if you're like
his family doesn't.
They never mention anything. About
Sharon,
it.
I don't think needs to mention it being the villain and all. But like
I didn't mean Sharon. I meant his wife. I meant his wife.
His
Gladiator wife. What's that actress's name?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I feel like if
hey Dad, what the
Connie Nielsen.
Like hey Dad, where's your pinky? I don't.
Oh yeah, another
fish
thing.
Ate it.
So in the first movie, he ends the conflict by killing the bad guy, like with the bomb strapped to the like plastic piece.
Mm-hmm.
In this movie, it's his like cop friend and his wife who defeat the main villain because he's like kind of laying on the ground about to get stabbed, and then the cop friend shoots. And then his wife comes in and shoots a dart into her eyeball. So that was cool. He's the main character, but he's not like resolving the conflict.
Yeah, the only thing he did, like as a character, that was like, this is my action. I'm choosing to do this. Where the guy who runs the town's son gets kidnapped, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna let that slide, even though these guys are gonna let me walk free. So he goes in, he sets fire to the money pit, which is exactly what he does in the first one.
Yeah.
And like sets him free. That is the only time in the movie I feel like he made a choice.
Yeah. I did like how this movie built off the first one with him having to like pay off all the debt of the money he burned down.
That didn't make sense to me because
Really?
why do they owe the Russian mob? Why would the U.S. military owe the Russian mob?
Well, I think that is the barber connected to the military? I thought he was just like a guy who like dealt with like crime organizations.
What they say in the first movie is that like he's an auditor for all the 3-letter organizations. So I assume that means CIA, FBI, Homeland Security.
Oh, yeah.
So I would assume it's the U.S. government.
Yeah, because
that's where it doesn't add up to me. Like, why is the U.S. government, him specifically working as an agent of the U.S. government, having to pay off a debt to the Russian mob?
I don't know. I guess you're right.
They're criminals. You don't have to pay them anything but jail, I guess. I don't know. It's not my true real life take. That's just like watching the movie, my take.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think about it that way. Never mind. I take back my one positive of nobody too. Goodbye.
There's a few positive. What do we rate this?
I guess I can start. I still do think that the action is above average, but it's a downgrade from the first one in about every other way. So I am giving Nobody 2 a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
Okay, Haylie. I guess that means that y'all are similar. Haylie?
I also give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I am in the same exact
we all
boat. This
gave
is
it
the
a
first.
five.
Whoa,
This is
unanimous.
the first time
Unanimous.
I'm not giving something a higher review than both of you guys.
So
I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. The only saving grace is that the action is still better than most action movies you see.
And also Bob Odenkirk.
yeah,
And also Saul Goodman.
Jimmy McGill.
So.
For
Did
y'all
you
real
know
break-
that you
better
have a
calls.
bad sequel?
Did you know that you have rights?
Yeah. So
Speaking of people named Jimmy,
yeah,
let's talk about 8 Mile.
we talked
8
about the
Mile.
octuple today. 8 Mile.
If you haven't seen the first 7, that's all right because I don't think they're connected.
We're gonna give spoilers for the first 7.
Yeah.
Do you know what they call this movie in England? Actually, it has a different title. 8 Kilometer.
All right.
8 miles does
And
not
on that
equal.
note,
1 mile does not.
I'll
equal
tell
1
you a little
kilometer.
bit about 8 Mile. 8 Mile is loosely based on the life of rapper Eminem, aka Marshall Mathers. In the movie, he goes by Jimmy, aka Bunny Rabbit or Rabbit.
B Rabbit.
B Rabbit. They call him many things, but basically, it's just about him growing up in Detroit. And
They
it is
also call
not.
him the F-Sword.
It is they do. It is not a biopic, but it is loosely based on Eminem's life, growing up in Detroit and becoming a rapper. And he does act in it. It's his debut as an actor, and the movie did pretty well.
You know,
And he's gone on to have a
season,
promising career in movies like Happy Gilmore 2.
And The Interview, where he comes
Right.
out as gay to Seth Rogen.
That was his apology for 8
Well,
Mile.
I believe
Because he says the F-Sword
I
so many
believe it's
times
his
in 8
debut.
Mile.
Don't quote me on that, but I believe
Yeah.
I would assume that it is.
So
But I have seen this movie many a times because I'm an Eminem fan. This was my pick, but I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are.
Yeah. So
first,
I really liked Eminem in it. I was really shocked that they took away the green one stilettos and gave her just like basic tennis shoes.
right?
I found her a lot less attractive after that happened.
I was surprised that they didn't let J.K. Simmons reprise his role as the yellow one.
Yeah, they replaced him with never mind, I'm not gonna make that joke. Anyways, so I liked it a lot. I was a big fan of it, and I realized that I'm more positive on it than most people.
Yeah.
In general, I thought that it was pretty well written. I like the ending. I was a really big fan of.
Yeah.
That like final like rap battle scene. I really really liked.
Yeah, that
This
was
whole
fun.
time until I saw it, I assumed that it was an actual biopic about Eminem, and I was like, did Eminem used to be called B Rabbit? And then he was just that for the whole movie. So I was like, well, I guess I'm wrong. I didn't like love it. My big issue with it was that it just doesn't feel right watching pre-written rap battles. Like I'm like watching it and I'm like, this is what it looks like when somebody writes a movie about a stand-up comic.
Okay.
And it's like, it just feels a little weird
I
because
can
like
see
the
that.
appeal of that is that it's like off the cuff, but this is pre-written.
You can tell it's not off the cuff.
Yeah. I thought Eminem did a really good job. I thought all the cast was really good.
I thought Eminem looked like he was about to cry or sneeze the entire movie. He
Yeah,
just has
but
this
I
look
liked
on his face.
I liked him being like this meeker, quieter character. It reminded me a lot of Rocky. Like I kept comparing it to Rocky in my head of like this guy completely out of his like league is like now like coming in and like challenging these like big shots in this like street scene. Which so I really liked it overall. I was a fan. I love Lose Yourself. That's like the one Eminem song I know.
And it won a Grammy, right? Or
an Oscar, I think. I'll fact check that. Why Ben says
it won an Academy Award, I believe.
Yeah, Ben.
It won some sort of award. Yeah, I liked it. I might be the more negative one here on this. Maybe, but like there were some just like some plot points that I was just kind of like, is this really necessary for the whole story that's going on? Like the bit with his ex-girlfriend showing up at his work, I was like, why? What is this here for? A lot of it felt like, so this is taking place like a week, like every day for a week in his life, and a lot of it's just like, now he's at work, now he's hanging out with his friends, now he's at work, now he's hanging out with his friends, now he's yelling at his mom, now he's fighting some guy. But then when it gets to the part with the actual music, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, because there's a lot of really good rapping going on. I like that Anthony Mackie is there. I don't think he actually gets to rap at all.
Which
this is
we'll
Anthony
talk more
Mackie.
about that.
I want to bring that up later. It is Anthony Mackie's. It is for a fact Anthony Mackie's film debut. This is the first film that he was in.
I did not know that.
Yes, it is.
That's kind of wild.
Yes, I fact checked.
He plays
that.
completely different characters from his role in 8 Mile. I liked Cheddar Bob, but half the time
he reminded me of the guy Breaking Bad.
Badger?
Badger?
Yeah. They looked like Jesse and Badger.
Half the time Cheddar Bob was on the screen, I was like, get this dude out of my face.
So that's
and the other half, I was like, Cheddar Bob, I love you.
That's the connection between these movies, because we watched the Saul Goodman movie and the Jesse Pinkman movie.
They already have one of those.
Yeah, but this movie, it won Best Original Song at the Oscars. That was its Academy Award.
So Lose Yourself is only like kind of in the movie.
Yeah, they don't play the full song.
Like they play bits and pieces when he's having like his writing montages.
When he was on the bus too, right?
And when he's on the bus, it's like you get like one verse. You get like a couple of the rhymes at the end.
But what you were saying about like just showing kind of a lot of his life, I like that. That's like what I enjoyed most about the movie. I also felt like a movie that is older than it is because of that.
Yeah.
I like that there's like random sex. Like that used to be a thing that happened in every movie, and it's like not so often anymore.
He was already on thin ice at his work. He was playing with fire.
Yeah, I love the overbearing boss. I liked it a lot. Like
there's just it got to a point where it was like repetitive, and I was like, there's bigger beats in the story that I feel like we need to be tackling right now instead of them having a rap battle at the food truck where Eminem rhymes maggot with the F slur.
Yeah. As soon as I heard maggot, I said, I know what's coming next.
I know what he's saying.
I really liked the lighting again. I thought it looked really good.
It did look really good.
Oh, Michael Shannon's in it, who I'm a big Michael Shannon fan. I didn't know he was in it. I got really excited when he showed up. I said, "It's Michael Shannon as the stepdad or whatever."
I really liked I think that this movie is shot really nicely too.
Yeah.
Like you said, the lighting. I think that the cinematography is really, really nicely, especially the shots of like when he's like in downtown Detroit when he's on the bus and whatnot. I think all those shots look really, really nice.
Yeah, and it's like got a very grounded look.
Classic cityscape.
That like
90s.
I think that like style that became more prevalent in like the later 2000s. This is like an earlier example of that because that is like late 90s, early 2000s. But like
this movie's 2002.
2002, yeah. So it looked. I was a big fan of it. Like overall, I'm trying to think of like more. Cornbread from Sinners is there. He was awesome.
He's always a pleasure to watch in any movie.
I didn't. This is the first time I was like, oh my gosh.
This is your first post Sinners 8 Mile watch. I'm trying to think of like more specifics that, like again, like I said, I didn't love it, but I really liked it. I was into it the whole time. Can we get into spoilers?
I think we can get into spoilers.
I thought we already did.
No, we didn't. Into spoilers. I just want to say I really love the ending. I think that like there's like this idea in screenwriting that it's like you have to set up a promise for the end of the movie that only has either like one of two options and then find a way to do something outside of that. I think him rapping about how like crappy he is and then the whole like Clarence you went to a private school. I really, really like that.
Clarence loses a rap battle
Clarence,
because his family's in a loving relationship.
Yeah. The one issue I have with that, they didn't show him learning that, did they?
It was the girl he was with was like, oh, my brother went to school with Clarence or something.
Oh, like okay. I must have missed that.
It's like, it's another one of those blink and you miss it kind of lines. Me personally, a white man putting down an educated black man. let's
We're
be real
woke
with
on this
ourselves.
podcast.
Come on, it's Slim Shady.
Eminem, come on, dude.
Yeah. Is this a white savior story? Does it count?
Is he saving
It's
rap?
Slim Shady.
I think he's saving the city.
He's
of Detroit.
saving the city from the
He is
oppressive
saving-
free new world or whatever
Hey,
they're called.
we cannot slander Slim Shady, okay?
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He's gonna make
and
this track
he's a
on
great
us. That's gonna
guy.
make us.
No Slim Shady slander will be allowed on the podcast.
Yeah, but back then he used to be homophobic, but after he came out as gay in the interview,
It's
he's
true.
Slim Gady.
Right.
All right, we'll cut that.
I'm editing this one. I decide what gets cut.
We're cutting that. I did like the final rap battle. It was just fun. Everybody put your hands up.
Everybody in the 313.
It was silly, like the parallels of like the first rap battle he goes to, he chokes and then he raps so hard the reigning champion chokes. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Not related to the finale at all. Why did his mom have a southern accent in Detroit, Michigan?
Because she's poor. And poor people have southern accents in movies. It's called cinematic shorthand.
Well, I think the setting enough was fine to show us that she's poor.
I don't know about that. Maybe his mom might be from... That's the only thing I can think is maybe his mom is like... Because it was like loosely based on his life, and I know that his mom like was like... I don't know.
Maybe.
Cheddar Bob shoots himself in the leg. That's
he
a
shoots
fun
his
little
dick
moment.
off. That was really silly.
Yeah.
He did do that.
And for some reason, like, it is 100% the funniest thing that happens in the movie, but Rabbit is, like, so upset by this.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it genuinely, like, changes how he sees life or something. It's, like, it's funny. Like, objectively funny. His friends know it, but he's like, Cheddar Bob's in the hospital. Like, how can you take yourself seriously saying Cheddar Bob is in the hospital? Brother, that's SpongeBob.
Cheddar Bob's in the hospital.
He could die. He shot himself in the leg. He's fine.
Yeah. Haylie, this is your movie. Do you have more thoughts about it? Because I'm kind of out of things to say. I liked it.
I mean... Not really. I mean, I love this movie. I grew up watching it. I love Eminem. I think he's great. He's one of my favorites.
Sing Rap God for us.
I could right now, but I'm not going to.
I was surprised when I got on like Letterboxd after I watched it. It seemed like most of the people I followed were more negative on it than I expected.
Yeah.
Because like it's a very popular movie, and so I thought it was like really well received. But most people were giving it under what I give it. And so I'm curious to know what the criticisms are.
I think it's letterbox brain, really. People do things for clicks. One of my biggest pet peeves in the world is like when someone gives something a really negative score and they just make a quip of like, this movie's bad, and they don't go into detail about why they dislike it. It's like, come on.
So this movie had a budget of $41 million, and then it did $242 million at the box office.
That is
$41 million seems really expensive. That's a lot.
Budget. Well, I saw when we were watching like the DVD loading screen, they did shoot on film, so could be part of it.
But man, like.
But I mean, it made $200 million.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of scenes with like big extras, but like, it's just shot on like streets and trailer parks.
Yeah,
that for a 2002 movie.
In terms of location, unless those were all sound stages, like. I'm not sure.
I also
really
assume that music rights as well.
But Eminem's in the movie. Would they have to pay for the rights to his music?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they had like some Biggie and Tupac in there as well. That probably is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Well, Eminem in the movie, but they don't use Eminem's song. But he wrote that for the movie. And so like they wouldn't have paid Eminem any royalties. So I guess they do have like older music in there. Because they
Did he write it for the movie, or is it? I think it might have already been.
Well,
he wrote it for the movie because that's why it won Best Original Song.
I guess.
They used my favorite song, "Shimmy Shimmy Ya" by Old Dirty Bastard. I love that song, and I got really happy because they're all listening to it in the car at one point. And I'm like, yes, that's my song.
Banger.
But yeah. So that probably is what it is. They spent a lot of money on music. That just seems, especially for the era it came out, like pretty high for what I would have pinned it
They
around
had
25.
nice cars. They had
The
they
factory
had,
set might have been pretty expensive.
Oh yeah.
Factory, yeah.
And they had to use it a lot for that long
They had
sex
a
scene.
lot of extras.
It kept going.
A lot of extras.
I was like convinced that his boss was gonna walk in on him.
Can I just? This might get me canceled.
Jimmy Rabbit and the Very, Very Bad Week.
I think that rap battles are just very silly. Like it makes me giggle. Like that they're like, let's go up and do let's go do slam poetry at each other and take it really seriously.
That regular show episode of Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. Like every time it would happen, I'm like, y'all know how like silly this is, right? Y'all, this is like slam poetry. It's really funny.
Like, it gets to what, like the free world like pulls a gun on them during a rap battle. It's like, is it this serious?
Yeah.
Like,
but
it's about music, but
him going a cappella I was like, this is good. It gave me the like little ooh, I'm into this.
That was fun.
When they turned the music off.
Yeah, when they turn the music off and he keeps going, I'm like, he's got this.
Yeah.
I think like Eminem, of them all, Eminem sold his the best. Like of like, oh, this does feel like it's off the cuff. Some of the other actors, like the whole scene at the lunch truck.
Yes,
I was like that one.
Was poor acting.
It felt like I was like I can tell that they were reciting written lines.
Yeah.
But Eminem always he made it feel like he was coming up with it on the fly.
So it feels to me like maybe he was.
Yeah, he might have been.
Maybe he was just doing different takes with like different like. Okay,
that's
these
an
are
awfully
the
hot coffee pot.
These are the points you need to hit during this rap, and he's okay, and he'll just. Like,
he probably did.
That's what I would assume he did because he did for sure have the best flow out of anyone in the
assuming
movie.
He was a co-writer. Assuming, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, he was definitely a music consultant.
A producer, at least.
Since he, wrote a song for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're just saying words.
Why was Eminem afraid of 7? Because 7, 8 Mile. Well, do we have any more thoughts on 8 Mile, or are we ready to give our ratings?
Let's say our ratings.
I'm giving 8 Mile.
Oh, wait, sorry. One more thing. Anthony Mackie, thoughts?
I really don't like Captain America Brave New World. Not good. I don't know. He's really quiet in like the whole movie. He doesn't
say much. He has a nice threatening aura about him. You would think like he'd be a solid foil to Eminem, but then it gets to the big moment, and like instead of him just completely choking, I kind of wanted him to fumble. To like try and say something, and the audience
doesn't even
be like,
try.
Just shut up.
He just gives up.
Oh, I don't remember the specifics of it, but of those like 3 rap battles he does against the free world in the final scene, I think he lost the first one. I think the other guy does better.
Yeah?
I don't remember what the lines were, but when he did his and then Eminem came back, I was like, that first guy beats him.
Really?
But the other 2, Eminem did better.
It was something about Leave It to Beaver.
Yes, that was like the best one in the movie. I was like, and even like I was like, oh, he got him there. And then Eminem leans over and it's like, he really killed me with that "Leave It to Beaver" line. Like when I heard that, I was like, oh, he won. Like it's over.
It was like, well, that's a movie. All right, we're gonna go home.
Yeah, but anyways, ratings. I'm giving 8 Mile a 7 out of 10,
which is a lot higher than I thought you were gonna give it.
Look at that.
A lot higher than I thought you were gonna give it.
Am I the negative Nancy?
You are the
today?
negative Nancy.
Wow.
I give 8 Mile a 6 out of 10.
I'll be honest, like on Letterboxd, for me, 10 out of 10. I have to give it 10 out of 10. Realistically, I would probably agree with Clay. It's probably like a 7.
But you have an Eminem poster. You could have put it up.
I could have put it up.
You should give it one more up and then say that you're giving it an 8 Mile
I
out of 10.
would give it like a 7 or an 8 Mile out of 10.
Here we go.
But on my Letterboxd, it is 10 out of 10, and it will stay like that because it is just one of those movies.
Yeah.
For me.
Any closing thoughts before we get into next week?
Eminem. You saw a documentary about Eminem. How was that?
I did also see a documentary about Eminem this week. That is something I wanted to talk about. It was awesome. It was called Stands. It was great. They interviewed a bunch of stands of like crazy Eminem fans. And it was really fun.
And he said,
"No, I wasn't.
Why are all my fans named Stan?"
But it was
that's like his thing.
That's his thing. Yeah, he created
that like term comes from Eminem.
It comes
I
from
did not
Eminem.
know that.
Yeah,
That's true. It's
well, so you didn't know? Okay, so when I was in school, I took this class called Gender Music and Pop Culture, and so we had a whole class period about just that song. I remember because, you know the song Stan.
No.
One of his songs is called Stan, and it's about. So, do you know what Stan is?
Like a fan?
It's like a crazy
Crazy.
fan.
Yeah, I know
And
it from
so-
K-pop. I'm not a K-pop fan, but I've heard that term in relation to
but, like,
K-pop and
So
K-pop
that
hunters.
term was
And
literally
also just pop girls.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that term was literally coined from Eminem because he
Okay.
had so many like psychotic fans, like the people with the white T-shirts and the buzzed heads, like the people would literally like follow him to the crazy, and so the entire song "Stan" is about this like crazed fan sending him letters, and in the end, the guy like kills himself and his like pregnant wife by like driving off the cliff of a car. Like that whole like song is like following like a story. You should listen to it.
Probably because he just saw
But-
Nobody 2.
Probably.
Yeah, he probably did. But anyways,
Surprisingly not
the
worst thing I've
entire
seen.
documentary was about that, and like it was really, really good. I really loved it, and I'm really glad that I got to catch it in theaters. It was only in theaters for a week or a weekend, and I happened to catch a Sunday night screening. It was like one of the last ones. And I drove to a theater that was like a little bit farther away than the one that we usually go to, and it was really fun.
So you're a big fan?
I'm a big fan.
Would you
Wouldn't
say
say
that you're
you're
a
a
stan?
I would say that when I was watching it, I was like, man, I hope I'm not like one of these people, but I'm not. Don't worry. Yeah.
We're going to do a cutaway to her M&M shrine
Right. My one
I
poster.
that I'm
I
always reaching
I
in
do
and
have
stealing the
one-
M&Ms from.
I've
One poster on my wall.
Another thing about Eminem, we only have 3 left up in our jar upstairs. We really
Yeah.
gotta do something about that.
I think it's Haley's turn to buy
It
M&Ms.
is Haley's turn to buy
Okay.
M&Ms.
All right.
So I guess we're gonna watch. Okay, next week. I guess we're gonna watch that one movie next week.
Okay, so next week is Ben's pick. The new release we're going to watch is Honey Don't,
Honey
directed
Don't.
by the bad Coen brother.
By Cohen.
Well, one of them. I don't remember which one it
It's
is.
got Margaret. Is that Margaret?
Margaret
Qualley?
Qualley.
Margaret, yeah, it's got
And it's
Aubrey
got
Plaza,
Aubrey
it's
Plaza.
got Chris Evans, who is
Charlie Day
Charlie Day, isn't it? Chris Evans is a really good actor.
as Luigi.
He doesn't get his like credit because he's been Captain America so much. But in Knives Out, he's great. In Gifted, he's great. And I hope he's great in this, but I don't like Drive Away Dolls. So we'll see.
My favorite Chris Evans performance is Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
That he's good in that
which
too.
turned 15.
My favorite Chris Evans performance is Fantastic Four:
We
Rise
are
of the
gonna have
Silver
to drive a
Surfer.
little bit farther, but I think it's fine.
Isn't
I
that-
mean, it's just the drive. Because it's not a movie.
I'm driving.
I know, but it's not a movie I'm excited for, and that's another hurdle.
I'm driving.
Because I don't care about this
I'm
movie.
driving.
You know what? There are 2 movies that we are gonna get excited for.
Yes, Ben's recommending a double feature this
Wait, you're
week.
recommending a double
We're doing a
feature?
Because
double
originally we
feature.
weren't going to have a new release, but since Honey Don't comes out, none of us realized it. We're going to watch Honey Don't,
Yeah.
maybe.
And I also had my double feature
Alright.
already planned. We're having the Monster Mash. We are talking about 2016's Shin Godzilla and Cloverfield. We're gonna take
Ooh.
one Japanese monster movie, one American movie, see how they go up against each other.
I've been meaning to watch Shin
Alright.
Godzilla, and I love Cloverfield. So, have you seen either of
I
those?
have not seen either of them. I haven't seen any Godzilla movies.
I have seen about 25 Godzilla movies, and Shin is one of my blind spots, so I'm really excited to watch it.
Yeah. So,
It might be a bit of a longer
I
episode.
don't have a joke.
I have a lot to say about Godzilla. We can start now if you want.
This is going to be... Ben in the Godzilla episode is going to be like me in the Avatar at Fire and Ash episode.
Are you gonna wear your like Godzilla T-shirt? Godzilla,
I don't
like, I'm
own
just
any
kidding.
Godzilla
we're gonna go to
merchandise,
Goodwill
actually.
and go try and find.
Well,
He's going to wear that
Godzilla
big
shirt.
like tail that I
They
keep
have, like-
seeing in his bedroom.
They have the Godzilla like plushes at Books a Million. I'll get one of those, put on the table, and they have like the slippers that are his feet.
Yeah.
I'll wear those. They'll be
Foot
cute.
episode.
The Ben Foot episode.
Yay. All right, so watch Honey Don't, Shin Godzilla, and Cloverfield before the next Hit or Miss
And
cast.
it's gonna be
If this
so
one gets
much fun.
released.
It will, because
This
Clay's
one-
gonna edit it tomorrow.
This one's coming out. We promise.
Yeah,
Woo.
bye.
See you later.
That's a wrap.